Recently, I watched Train to Busan, a South Korean zombie movie. One of the best, if not the best, zombie movie I've ever seen. And it got me thinking, which film or TV show has the best zombies? And by best, I mean most deadly. The type of zombie that you really would struggle to survive against if that was the thing you were up against. And of course, which are the easiest to deal with. So I've comprised a list ranking them from worst to best, made up mostly of movie zombies, but a bit of TV as well. Let's get into it. Starting us off at number 7, Shaun of the Dead. Of course, this is a zomcom, so you can't have the zombies be too threatening and overpowering anyway. But the zombies in this really are pathetic. Their strength really only comes in numbers if you're cornered. And they're not very reactive either. If you've seen the movie, you'll know that when Shaun goes to the shops and walks past several zombies, they don't charge at him, they don't run for him, they just sort of along. And even once attacking the zombie, they don't react any quicker, any more defensive, they're not smart. They're relatively easy to take out and also sneak past, as a segment in this movie involves them actually pretending to be zombies going through the crowd of zombies. And the zombies don't clock on, they really are that stupid. They obviously do not have a specific sense to detect whether someone is human until they really do something that's obvious. So therefore they rank 7th. 6th, we have the Walking Dead zombies. Now, like the show, the zombies start off strong, but slowly get worse and worse as it decays. Yes, the zombies in the show do actually decay. They start off more fleshy, but as the show progresses, they wear away and they become really skinny and bony, almost like walking skeletons with little bits of flesh left. But the reason they have a slight advantage on the Shaun of the Dead zombies is the fact that in this world, everyone has the virus. So every living person on planet Earth in The Walking Dead is infected, and the reason it triggers is when you die. So a zombie bite doesn't turn you into a zombie bite kills you, and then you come back as a zombie, and whenever you die, you come back as a zombie. So the threat is more severe there, because it basically means that everyone ever will always be a zombie. No matter what, they will turn into a zombie at some stage. Unless they blow their brains out, that'd be about the only way you could avoid that outcome. They also have extremely large hordes in The Walking Dead as well, and they're quite sneaky too. But the fact they're so slow and the fact they decay really doesn't make them all that threatening. And if you've seen the show, you know that when you get to the later seasons, it's not even about the zombies, because they're really not threatening. They don't even scare the people in the show anymore. It's all about the human threat, which is not why we started watching The Walking Dead in the first place. We started watching The Walking Dead because zombies. But yeah, apart from how infectious they are, they're slow, they're weak, they're pathetic, and they're really not that much of a threat unless they're in a group. In 5th place, we have Train to Busan. Now, something to mention here is how quickly the infection spreads. In Shaun of the Dead and The Walking Dead, it takes a decent amount of time for someone to change from a human into a zombie. Train to Busan is very quick. You're looking at about a 10-second change before you start freaking out and turn into a zombie. It really depends on how much the zombies chomp on you, I believe. Because certain main characters in Train to Busan would get bit, but they would take longer to turn. And of course, you put that down to the fact that, well, they need to have, a significant ending moment before they turn into a zombie. But I think it did actually make sense. It would usually be a small bite, so therefore the infection couldn't spread as much. But if a zombie was really gnawing on you in this film, then the infection would spread quicker, it would get into you in more places, and you would turn quicker. So yes, these zombies turn very quickly. They're also capable of running, something the past 2 zombies could not do. They've also got a pretty good sense of hearing as well. But where they fall short is they do have an essence of stupidity to them. Stupidity and a poor sense of sight. In Train to Busan, when the train enters a tunnel and it goes dark in the train, the zombies cannot actually see humans anymore. Humans are capable of sneaking past them during these segments. On top of that, they're very animalistic, so they cannot actually open train carriage doors. If a human is to shut a door on one of these zombies, they will just pound on the door. They're not smart enough to realise there's a handle. They do have an acute sense of sound though, so if you make a noise, even in the dark, they will hear that noise and they will charge in your direction. And these zombies are also relentless. They will pound and pound and pound away until they get you. In an ending sequence, the train is getting away and the zombies grab onto the edge of the train, and then all the other zombies grab onto that zombie, and it's like a rug of zombies just attached to this train. Relentless, and they'll climb over each other. Similar in a sense to the World War Z zombies that climb on top of each other in order to get over high, walls, that sort of thing. So yeah, these zombies work hard and they're relentless. But if it's dark, you haven't really got much of a problem. So in that sense, they do fall quite short of being extremely deadly. Up next, we've got Dawn of the Dead. Now I'm talking about the 2004 remake. The zombies in Dawn of the Dead are pretty much as scary as you can get in terms of how they look. blood seeping from the mouth, you know, they can get you without limbs, and they're very relentless, just like the Train to Busan zombies. They've got speed, and they also have the upper hand in the sense that the dark does not blind them. Because they work so well in the dark, they are scarier in the dark. They've also got a bit of intelligence to them as well. In Dawn of the Dead, there are people in a shopping mall, and across the street there is a gun store. Now, the man in the gun store doesn't have food, so the people in the shopping mall, Kato has joined. It's you. Look. So yeah, the people in the shopping mall attach food to a dog, which they send over to go across the street. He wants to go on the bed. Oh my god. Yes, they send this dog across with food on. He goes to like a little doggy door in the gun shop to get in, and the zombies notice it. They see the dog go in, and they actually keep the doggy door open, and they all crawl in. So they've got a level of smartness to them, in fairness. So with these zombies, you've got to be careful of what you do, because if you go through a door or something like that, you try to be sneaky, they are going to notice these things. Now in third place, we've got World War Z zombies. Now, I know what you're thinking, you probably thought these would be higher, maybe even top of the list. Part of me thought that as well, but I really had to look at them as a whole. Yes, they're quick. Yes, they can climb on top of each other. Yes, they're quite smart. But if you've seen World War Z, you know they have quite a big major weakness. Spoilers up ahead if you don't know. These zombies can see when someone is unwell if they're already carrying a disease. So therefore they don't see you as a good enough host to transmit their zombie disease onto you. As we see in this movie, someone who has cancer, the zombies will just run straight around him. And when Brad Pitt figures this out in the movie, he purposely infects himself with harsh diseases such as malaria or something like that, and he's just able to walk past all the zombies. They don't even take notice of him, they just go right round him. And this is how the military and other such parties are just able to combat this zombie threat. Before this realization, they are extremely deadly, arguably the most deadly zombie. But this weakness, the fact that you can escape and evade them so easily just by being sick, really gives you an upper hand. You know, you could inject yourself with something and you're good to go. But you better be handy with that, because these zombies turn in exactly 10 seconds or 12 seconds. So if your loved one gets bit, you better say your goodbyes real quick, because it's over. Coming in at second place, Zombieland. Now once again, this is another zomcom, so you think they can't be too deadly, but these zombies are smart. Now if I was basing this solely on just the first Zombieland, they probably would have ranked lower in the list. But Zombieland Double Tap introduces new variations of zombies. Ones that are sneaky, ones that are quick, and they're pretty damn smart too. A segment in that movie shows a zombie take out the eye of a dead scientist in order to open a door where someone is hiding using like the retina check. He realizes how it works. Pretty damn smart for a zombie, which shows an element of there's still a little bit of human in them. On top of this, they're quick and they're pretty intuitive as well. Like if you're sitting in a cubicle, as we've seen in this movie, they will just crawl right under. But infectability is a little bit slow, you know, it probably takes about an hour. But in terms of a zombie threat, it's no wonder in this movie it really overrun the entire states, I assume the world as well. Because they're effective in the day, they're effective in the dark, they're smart, and there's different variations. It's going to be a struggle against this type of zombie. Now before I announce top spot, I want to say an honourable mention, but something that doesn't count, I'm afraid, and that is the mutants from I Am Legend. It's very easy to call these zombies because of the way they are, but they are in fact mutants. They're extremely smart, they're able to set traps, they're able to track humans and follow them home, they're able to set them up, they're able to attack in like a formation, they're able to break through roofs and walls, and they're very strong. And they might have well got top spot if they counted as a zombie, but their drawback is the fact they can't go out during the day, which is really useful for humans. You can go out and chill during the day and then just lock yourself away as soon as the sun sets and you are good to go. But I'm afraid they don't count, but that was an honourable mention. So coming in at top spot is the zombies from 28 days / 28 weeks later. Now the reason these rank top spot is because of how quick they are, how relentless they are, and the infectability of them. Of course biting will infect you, but just transmission of blood, zombie blood, into any open part of your body will infect you. In 28 days later, a zombie that's been caught in some barbed fence drips a bit of blood and it lands in a non-infected person's eye, they turn into a zombie. If it went in your mouth, maybe your ear, like an open wound, anything like that, you would turn. And for me, that's what ranks these zombies at the top. They are so quick, so deadly, so animalistic. They are extremely relentless. In 28 weeks later, a man tries to barricade himself in his house and they will rip off boards, they will break through windows. They're strong. They're not just going to bang on it until enough of them get behind and like there's enough pressure on the thing to collapse. They will hammer away, and the only way to lose them is to kill them or to run. But you know, if you've got a zombie trying to get you, trying to bite you, and then a bit of its blood drips into your mouth, you're gone. You're done for. And therefore, out of all the zombies that I wouldn't want to face, it would be the 28 days or 28 weeks later zombies. And if I had to face any, damn, just give me Shaun of the Dead or Walking Dead, piece of cake, honestly. Slow zombies are just a whole lot easier to deal with than these runners. A slow zombie allows you to sort of compose yourself, prepare yourself, even hide. You know, you run down the road a bit and go hide in a bush, you're good because they've lost sight of you. These fast ones will stay on your arse the whole time, so you need to get cover, you need to get in a building. So there you have it, that's where I rank zombies in terms of deadliness. Thank you very much for watching, see you in the apocalypse.